In Whitesboro, City Council members approved an interim city administrator.
News 12's Talia Munson was at the meeting.
Whitesboro City Council members voted to appoint Phil Harris as interim city administrator at Tuesday night's meeting. This comes just 1 week after council voted to place previous administrator Julie Arrington on a 30-day paid leave, a move that outraged many residents. At that meeting, council members said her leave was because they didn't trust Arrington after they didn't agree with the budget she presented and voted on a lower one. Now, some residents are signing petitions for a forensic audit and resignation of city council. One resident who wishes to remain anonymous tells me they believe the city is misusing funds. In an effort to put some minds at ease, city council members brought in Harris and say they are confident in their decision to vote him in due to his extensive background in accounting and experience working in different businesses. Harris agrees.
It all comes back to people and putting people in positions where they can be successful, seeing how all the different things fit together for the good.
Harris says an audit is done every year that gives reasonable assurance, and he doesn't recommend a forensic audit in this case. But some residents disagree, telling me they need signatures from 270 registered voters in Whitesboro to petition for a forensic audit. In Whitesboro, Talia Munson, News 12.